Hey guys, welcome to Jack's Beautiful You. Today's video is all about my favorite rose fragrances. I love the note of rose. I did not used to like the note of rose, or I guess I didn't really know. I thought rose was more of an old-fashioned vintage kind of scent, but today's perfumes are different than what they used to be. I feel like the note of rose has really been modernized, and there are a lot of modern day fragrances that have rose in them, and they don't all smell old-fashioned or vintage, and my mind has really changed about rose. Plus, I feel like there's so many different things you can do with rose. You can make rose the star of the show, or you can kind of just put it in the heart, in the background. You can have a sweet jammy rose, you can have a realistic rose, and there are quite a few fragrances out there that I feel like have rose in it, and I'm going to share with you my favorite rose scents right now in my collection. If you're new here, hi, my name is Jackie. Thank you so much for clicking on my thumbnail today. I hope you will consider subscribing, and to my returning subscribers, thank you guys so much for all your continued support. I really, truly appreciate each and every one of you. If you're interested in seeing my current favorite rose fragrances, then just keep on watching. Alright, so first up we have by Parfums de Marly, and this is Delena Exclusive. Now, I know everybody talks about Delina and Delena Exclusive. I like both of them, but I do prefer Delena Exclusive a little bit more than Delina. Delina's a little bit tart because it has a rhubarb note in the opening, and it's a little sour tart to my nose. This one is my preferred version. So this one has lychee and pear and bergamot in the opening, has a fruity, sweet opening, it has kind of a bright opening with that bergamot. There's rose in here, but there's also some incense and some oud in here as well, which I think is interesting because I really don't pick up those notes. I definitely don't get oud from this fragrance at all. This is a very feminine rose, fruity and creamy vanilla scent. There's vanilla in the base, but the incense and the oud in the mid kind of gives this a little bit of a depth and a character to it. This is a feminine princess perfume. This is what I would want to wear if I were to renew my vows in like a church kind of scenario, a church wedding. I would want to wear this as my wedding day scent, but this is a beast of a fragrance, and you absolutely have to be careful how much you spray. I think the bottles are to die for. I love these bottles, and I love the crystal that they put at the top. The bottle screams princess perfume, the scent screams princess perfume. So if you like lychee, if you like rose, if you like creamy vanilla, if you like sweeter rose, beast mode rose scents, then definitely give this a shot. I absolutely love it. That is by Parfums de Marly, Delena Exclusive. Now, if that fragrance is out of your price range, if it's a little too expensive, I have a good alternative. Now, this is not a dupe, but it's a good alternative. It's a good in the same family type of fragrance. This is by Carolina Herrera. This is Very Good Girl. This is my favorite good girl out of all of them, and I am a fan of the bottles. I like the stilettos, and I love the red stiletto. Definitely says rose to me for sure. I really don't get much of the original Good Girl DNA in this flanker. To me, this is lychee in the opening and red currant. So you still get that fruity lychee vibe for sure. There's a lot of rose in the heart, and then in the base there is vanilla and vetiver. So definitely in the same family as Delena Exclusive. Not, again, not a dupe. They don't smell exactly the same. But if Delena Exclusive is out of your price range, definitely give this one a shot. Or even if it's not out of your price range, I have both of them in my collection, and I wear both of them and love both of them. This performs really, really well, and I can smell this on me all day. I have a beautiful scent bubble around me. It's not quite the beast that Delena Exclusive is, but it still is a really, really good performing perfume, and I love the rose that's in here. It smells like a realistic rose, but not in an old-fashioned kind of way. It smells very modern to me, and I just love this one. So that is by Carolina Herrera, Very Good Girl. Now, we've all heard of Mancera's Roses Vanille. If you haven't, it is a very popular rose and vanilla fragrance that is super sweet and super beast mode and super strong. But my preferred version of that scent profile is actually one of the most affordable ones. And this is by Zara. This is Rose Rose Gourmand. This is such a fantastic fragrance in my opinion because it smells almost identical to Rose's Vanille, but it's a fraction of the price. I don't feel the need to buy Rose's Vanille because I have this one. This is a very, very sweet, jammy rose. This is definitely a jammy rose. It actually smells like jam, like you could spread it on toast and eat it because it's sweet, it's delicious. I love jammy rose fragrances and I love the price point. I love how much you get. I think this is an 80 ml bottle and I think I paid around $30 for this. This is such a good affordable gem and this is just as beast mode as Rose's Vanille. Rose's Vanille is super strong and this one is super strong as well. This is beast mode. It will fill up a room. I don't think all Zara is the best performing, but this one performs amazing. I mean, it is just absolutely fantastic. This is definitely something that I have to wear in the cold weather. It's too much for me in the warm weather. I love rose fragrances in the spring and summer, but I do have a couple winter rose options in here, and this is definitely one of them that I have to wear in the winter time. So that is by Zara Rose Gourmand. The other one that I have to wear in colder weather is by MONTALE, and this is Ristretto Intense Cafe. This is my preferred version. I did used to have Intense Cafe, the original, but I found that there was something really harsh in that fragrance. There was something really almost metallic smelling, like, you know what I mean. If you've tried MONTALE, sometimes they have this really synthetic scratchy note, and that one was just too much for me. This one doesn't have that at all. This one has way more coffee as well. So the original Intense Cafe was coffee as well, but I really didn't pick up a lot of the coffee. This is equal parts coffee and rose. Again, this is another jammy rose, but lots of coffee as well. I wouldn't say rose is necessarily the star of the show. I really do feel like it is equal parts coffee and rose. If you love coffee fragrances and the idea of a dark roast coffee and a super sweet jammy rose, like an ambery, warm, jammy rose. That combination, if that sounds good to you, you need to check this out. This is absolute beast mode and this will fill up a room, so you have to be careful, but I actually crave this. When it gets cold outside, I crave this scent profile. I love it so much, and I don't get the syntheticness that I get in other MONTALE fragrances. This is just a smooth, delicious, dark roast coffee with rose, amber, vanilla. It's so good. It's sweet. You have to like sweet fragrances, and it's strong, so you have to be into that. But if you are like I am when it's cold outside, then you have to give this one a try. So that is by MONTALE, Ristretto Intense Cafe. All right, let's go to one that is not necessarily an obvious rose fragrance, or at least it's not to me, but it definitely has rose in it, but it has other things going on as well. So if you like rose, but you kind of like your rose to be there, but not like front and center, in your face, super rosy, then you need to check out by Chanel. This is Chance Eau Tundra, the Eau de Parfum. This definitely has rose in it, but this also has quince in the opening, so it's very fruity. And then you've got these florals in it with rose in the mid, in the heart, and then there's a lot of musk in the dry down, and it's so beautiful. It's very unassuming. It's such a simple and non-complex fragrance, and I don't know why I love this one so much, but it's just so feminine. It's so perfect for springtime. It's elegant. It is easy to wear. It's an everyday scent, but it's so beautiful and I love it. I mean, this is one of my all-time favorite scents. One of the most simple fragrances I have in my collection. Quince, florals, rose, musk. You know, it's really not complex, but it's so elegant. I don't know why, it just exudes elegance. If you're looking for something that has rose in it, but you don't want rose to necessarily be the main star of the show, give this one a shot. This is so beautiful. This would be just such an easy, everyday signature scent, easy reach if you still want to smell classy, sophisticated, put together, but without you trying too hard, you know? This is a perfect fragrance. I get good performance out of the Eau de Parfum. I get really bad performance out of the EDT, so I definitely prefer the Eau de Parfum. Plus, I prefer how the Eau de Parfum smells a little bit more anyway. The EDT is a little bit more fruity. This one is a little bit more floral. They both kind of have this clean, shampoo-y vibe to them that I really enjoy. It just makes me feel fresh and clean and floral and feminine. Just really enjoy this one. This one was in my top 10 for life. It's so good. All right, if you're looking for a more jammy rose, sweet, spicy, ambery fragrance with a little bit of a Middle Eastern twist, then check out by Kayali's Sweet Diamond Pink Pepper 25. I lost my mind over this fragrance when it first came out. I think it is absolutely beautiful. This has that sweet jammy rose vibe to it for sure. Oh, I haven't smelled this one in a while. This is so beautiful. When I first got this fragrance, I didn't know what to think. I was kind of on the fence about it, but then it grew into this ginormous love, and I talked about it forever and ever and ever, and I still love this one. But it's pink pepper in the opening, so you have a little bit of spices. There's saffron in here, which kind of gives it this darker kind of Middle Eastern feel. There is bergamot and royal lily. There's a couple of different types of rose, but there's also orchid in here and magnolia. The rose smells jammy sweet to me. And then there's amber, sandalwood, patchouli, and musk. I definitely get like a darker type of base, almost like a Middle Eastern vibe. Some people say that they smell oud in here. I don't really get oud, and I'm not a big fan of oud. Kind of see where people are coming from, to be honest. I don't know what's causing that. Maybe it's the saffron and the patchouli together. It definitely gives it that darker kind of oudy base, but without it actually smelling like oud. It kind of smells like a smooth baby beginner oud, and I think it's gorgeous. So Sweet Diamond Pink Pepper is definitely a love for me. I've loved this one since the beginning, plus I get amazing performance out of this. This is by Kayali, Sweet Diamond Pink Pepper 25. Another gorgeous, beautiful, absolutely stunning rose fragrance that I just discovered. I don't have a full bottle of it yet. I'm gonna go through the decant that I have first before I get a full-size bottle, but it is going to be a full-size bottle. It is by the House of BDK, and this is Tobac Rose. This was love at first sniff for me, and I tested it out again after I talked about it initially. I talked about this in another video, and I told you guys I didn't get chocolate in this. I picked up the chocolate. The next time I wore it, and some of you guys said that, some of you guys commented and said the chocolate's there, but the next time I wore it, I did pick up chocolate, and I was like, oh, there it is, and I could smell it, and it just made it even better. Like, it just made the perfume even better. So in the opening, you have plum, pink pepper, and Italian lemon. I definitely pick up on that sweet, peppery, plum, kind of juicy, sweet, and spiciness kind of together. It kind of gives it this ambery, spicy, warm, spicy vibe. And then there's Turkish rose, there's chocolate. Picked it up, you guys. I got it. And then there is cinnamon, which I love. I don't get a ton of the cinnamon, but it is kind of slightly there. And I definitely get a lot of rose, obviously. And then there's tobacco. Definitely pick up the tobacco. And then there's patchouli and labdanum. I definitely pick up that tobacco and patchouli combination. It gives it kind of a darker base to it. So it's kind of like ambery, spicy, sweet, juicy with the plum, and then this delicious, absolutely fantastic rose fragrance with a little bit of a chocolate vibe going on, and then in the base you get this absolutely fantastic tobacco and patchouli dark kind of base combination. It is sexy, it is seductive, it is a warm ambery tobacco and rose fragrance that I just love. And yeah, this has really good performance on me as well. This lasts forever on me. I actually have to take a shower to get it off. It's not beast mode, like the projection's not beast. It doesn't fill up a room, but it's strong. It's definitely a good performing, it's a sillage that is definitely there and present. But as far as the lasting power, this was literally on me until the next day when I showered. I don't see myself reaching for this one a ton right now. I will want to wear this in the fall though, for sure. When the cold weather hits, this is a cold weather fragrance for me. When the cold weather hits, I'll be in the mood for this. I'll go through my decant, and you better believe I will be getting a bottle because I think it is phenomenal. So that is Tobac Rose by the House of BDK. All right, this next one I have been talking about a ton on my channel because I've pretty much become obsessed with it ever since I got it. This is by the House of Thameen, and this is Peregrina. This is an expensive fragrance, but to me it is worth every single penny. I love the rose in here. The rose is definitely the star of the show. It is an ambery kind of rose, warm rose. The rose isn't necessarily jammy, but it is like a sweeter ambery rose. It definitely has a little kick of a spiciness hint to it, but I also get a lot of white florals in here, but the rose is the star of the show. It's definitely rose and then some white florals. There's caramel in here, which makes it sweet. Everything that's in here is blended to perfection and in the right, correct, perfect amount. and I just love it. I love the sillage of this perfume. This is great performance. I get all day wear and I get a beautiful sillage that I find completely intoxicating. This has some powdery notes in the base, but not overly powdery to my nose. And there's some vanilla in here. It's just a gorgeous, sweet, ambery, rose, caramel, and white flower concoction that I adore. I like the color of the bottle. I just love everything about this fragrance. Feminine, sweet, perfect for just about every occasion and every season except for probably the summer. I don't see myself wearing this in the dead heat, but I could see myself wearing this fall, winter, and spring for sure. So beautiful fragrance. Definitely get your nose on it. Don't blind buy it because it's expensive, but get your nose on it. There are samples available. And it's definitely worth checking out in my opinion. So that is by the house of Thameen, Peregrina. All right, new to my collection and a perfume that was hyped to the moon and back. It went viral and people were going nuts and you couldn't find it anywhere, is by Narciso Rodriguez, and this is Musc Noir Rose for Her. And I finally got my hands on a bottle and it is absolutely gorgeous. This fragrance is so beautiful and I love the rose in here, but I also love the plum. There's plum in the opening of this and it is plum, pink pepper, and bergamot. I really get that dark, juicy, oh, this smells so good. Dark, juicy plum in here. And I love it. It's perfect because it's dark and juicy without it being overly ripe. It definitely smells like a ripe plum, but not overly ripe. I get that pink peppery, ambery vibe for sure. A little bit of the bergamot to brighten it up. And then there's definitely rose in here, beautiful rose. There's also tuberose, but I don't pick up tuberose in here. There's some vanilla in here as well. I definitely pick up on the vanilla, and the musk is for sure. I mean, it's called Musc Noir Rose, so obviously there's musk in here. The musk in here is beautiful in my opinion. This is a beautiful, clean, smooth smelling musk. So if you love sweet, fruity, rosy, musky, feminine scents, this is beautiful. The only complaint I have on this is the longevity. The acceptable amount of time a perfume has to last in order for me to keep it in my collection is 4 hours. This lasts for 4 hours. It lasts for 4 hours and that's it. For 4 hours, I have the most beautiful scent bubble around me. It's not strong. It's not like a loud projecting fragrance, but I can smell it for 4 hours. I'm getting wafts of it. But after the 4 hour mark, it turns into a skin scent, and by 5 hours, it is completely gone. I can't smell it anymore. So I really wish the longevity was better. But it is still acceptable, for me anyway, it's acceptable. So yeah, I do wish this lasted longer though. I don't get all day wear out of it, but it's so beautiful that I will look past it. Really agree with the hype on this one, although I do wish the performance was better. All right guys, and what would this video be if I didn't give you a rose option for the summertime? This is by Lancome and this is Idole Aura. I absolutely love this fragrance, but I will warn you that this is not for everyone. There are salty notes in here, and I find that salt notes are very, very polarizing, but I absolutely love it. I love perfumes with the note of salt. It mixes really, really well with my skin chemistry, and this is beautiful. So top notes, you have salt and rose, and for some reason that combination together, I get wafts of rose from this fragrance for sure, but every once in a while that salt and rose combo comes together and I get like a watermelon vibe. It's so summertime. It's so summertime. And then you have jasmine in here, which I don't pick up a lot of jasmine, but I do pick up a lot of the rose for sure. And then in the base, you have vanilla and musk. There's a ton of vanilla in here. So you have to like that vanilla and salty combination for sure. This just isn't going to work for everybody. You got to test this on your skin. Anytime you have this level of salt and vanilla in a fragrance, it has to be tested because not everyone's skin chemistry works with this type of fragrance, but if it does work with your skin chemistry, it is beautiful. I also found this fragrance to be a compliment getter. I wore this a few times when I first got it. I got it at the end of summer, so I didn't get a huge opportunity to wear this fragrance as much as I wanted to, because to me this is just summertime. This is not, I can probably wear this in the spring too, but I really like wearing this in the summer. And so my window of opportunity to wear this kind of went away quickly, but the few times I did wear this fragrance, I got a compliment every single time I wore it. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's really good performing. I feel like Lancome perfumes are known to perform really well, and this is no exception. It lasts all day, gorgeous sillage, compliment getter, beautiful summertime rose salty vanilla scent, and I love it. So that is by Lancome Idole Aura. All right, you guys, that is it for today's video. Those are my current favorite rose-centric scents. Let me know in the comment section what your favorite fragrances with rose in it are. I would love to hear from you, and I love getting recommendations from you. Also, if you have any opinions about any of the fragrances I talked about today, please leave them in the comment section. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I hope everybody is having a fantastic day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!